Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Facts About Nutrition. In this video, we are going to discuss about cereals and cereal products. In this video, only we will do part 1, that is introductory part. Origin of the word cereal. The word cereal is derived from Ceres, the Roman goddess of grain. Now, the principal cereal crops include rice, wheat, maize, jowar, bajra. It also includes flours, alimentary paste which is also known as pasta, breads, meals, all this. Next, cereals are the staple foods in diets of most of the population groups. Now, it is of widespread use. Why? Because of basically 4 reasons: ease of storage, ease of production, its relatively low cost, and also nutritional contribution. Next, we come to the structure of cereals. As you can see from this diagram, longitudinal section of grain of wheat. So basically, it is divided into 3 parts. As you can see, endosperm, next bran, and then germ. So endosperm, it's basically the edible part of the total kernel, and it is the edible part. Okay. It constitutes about 83% of the whole kernel. Next we come to bran. We know that it is the outermost part. Okay. Bran consists of certain things like dietary fiber. It is rich in dietary fiber like cellulose, hemicellulose, pentosands, all this. It also contains iron, calcium. Okay. Next, the germ. The germ is the growing part. It is the future generation when it is developing into a plant. Okay. The plumule, it develops into the shoot. The radicle develops into the root. There is radical cap also protecting the radicle. And scutellum. Now, what is the scutellum? You can see over here, this orange portion separating the endosperm from the germ is the scutellum. Okay, next. Structure of cereal in detail is as follows. I have already told you about bran, which is also known as the pericarp. So, it is the outermost layer of the cereal. Okay. Now, it is known as epidermis. It consists of thin walled long rectangular cells. Next to the epidermis is the hypodermis, which is of varying thickness. Now, seed coat or testa is a thin, single or double layer. Now, below this testa, there is a colorless layer called the hyaline layer, which is devoid of any obvious cellular structure. Bran consists of B vitamins, iron, fiber and calcium. Next is endosperm. It consists of cells of various shapes, sizes and different compositions. The endosperm cells mainly consist of starch and protein. The starch remains in the form of single spherical granules embedded in the matrix of protein. Next, we come to embryo or the germ. Germ is separated from the endosperm by scutellum, which has the function of mobilizing the stored food in the endosperm. I told you that endosperm is the edible part, so it is the thing which is feeding the baby plant and transmitting them to the embryo when the grain germinates. The germ and scutellum are rich in protein and fat. Most of the B vitamins are present in the scutellum. Next is the aluron cell layer. The endosperm is surrounded by one or more layers of cells known as the aluron. Now, the cell contains 20% each of protein, oil, mineral matter, nicotinic acid, and also tiny grains of phytic acid. Okay. Next, we come to composition and nutritive value, energy. Cereals are the main source of energy. 100 grams of cereals give more than 340 kilocalorie of energy. Next is carbohydrate. So, if we take out the dry matter of cereal, then we can find that 80% is carbohydrate. 2 types of carbohydrates are present, crude fiber and soluble carbohydrates. Crude fiber includes cellulose, hemicellulose, pentosands. On the other hand, soluble carbohydrates include starch, small quantities of dextrine, simple sugars like glucose, also disaccharides such as sucrose, maltose. Next, we come to proteins. Now, the types of protein present in cereals includes albumins, globulins, prolamins, also known as gliadins and glutelins. Now, these gliadins and glutelins are together known as the gluten proteins. It is responsible for the elasticity of the wheat. We know that we can mix the wheat with butter and we can make chapatis, roti. When we're mixing that, we can find it that with respect to rice, we can't smash rice as compared to wheat, right? Because of the elasticity of the gluten proteins. Higher concentration of proteins are present in the germ, scutellum, aluron layer. Lesser concentration of proteins are present in the pericarp, testa, endosperm. Cereal contains 6 to 12% protein, which are generally deficient in lysine but contains abundant methionine. Now, in this respect, I'd like to share one more thing, that cereals are deficient in lysine but contains abundant methionine. Later we will also learn about pulses, where you can find that pulses contains all the pulses, dals, peas that are rich in lysine but deficient in methionine, which is opposite to that of cereals. So, when they are consumed together, as for example from pulses we can say dal, and from cereals we can say roti or anything like that. So, when they are consumed together, they are satisfying each other's needs properly. That is, they are acting as supplementary or complementary to each other. One's deficiency is being fulfilled by others' excess. Okay, so they act as a very good, it is a very good source of these 2 amino acids, that is lysine and methionine, and together they satisfy each other's deficiency. Next is fat. The fat present are mostly triglycerides of palmitic acid, linoleic acid or oleic acid. Cereals also contains phospholipids and lecithin. More fats are present in the germ and bran than in other parts of the grain. Next, minerals. Now about 95% of minerals are phosphates and sulfates of potassium, magnesium and calcium. Considerable part of phosphate in cereals is present in the form of phytins. Phytates present in the cereals decrease the absorption of iron. We know phytates because they are anti-nutritional factors. Phytates, why they reduce the absorption of iron? In my previous video, I have already discussed that it forms stellate with iron and doesn't let iron, that is the ferric form, to convert into the ferrous form. And ferric form is not absorbed by your body. Copper, zinc, manganese are also present in small quantities. Now, ragi is a rich source of calcium and iron. Millets are rich in fiber and minerals. Next is vitamins. So, whole grain cereals are an important source of B vitamins, which are concentrated mainly in the bran layer in our diet. Maida has less vitamin B than whole wheat flour because in maida it is totally refined and purified, it is mild, polished, and therefore the bran is totally or maximally removed. That is why there are less B vitamins. Maize contains small amount of carotene. Oils from cereal grains, especially the germ part, are rich in vitamin E. Wheat germ oil, already I have heard, is a rich source of vitamin E, which is an antioxidant, vitamin E. Next is enzymes. So there are certain enzymes present like amylases, proteases, lipases. Now proteases are present more in the germ part. Lipases, it is responsible for fatty acids appearing during the storage of cereals and their products. Oxidoreductases, and upon germination alpha amylase activity increases. So this is the introductory part. Thank you. And please note that part 2 video on specific cereals, wheat, will be uploaded soon. So stay tuned for that. Thank you. If you like my video, do like, subscribe and comment in the comment section below. Thank you.